NASA's Deep Space Observatory is providing unprecedented views of the universe. The James Webb Space Telescope is a scientific trailblazer, providing extraordinary insights into galaxies, planets, stars, and other fascinating cosmic phenomena. The telescope is only a few years into its cosmic adventure, having been launched in December 2021 and certified for 20 years of operation. Webb, billed as the successor to the venerable Hubble Space Telescope, is also breaking new territory in terms of science excitement. People all across the world are sharing its photographs and creating fresh insights by modifying raw data. Today, we will discuss 12 of Webb's top science breakthroughs. Number 1. JWST hailed as greatest science breakthrough of 2022. Webb was the culmination of decades of work by NASA scientists and engineers when it launched on Christmas Day 2021. The launch went off without a hitch, as did the subsequent months' worth of telescope deployment. Webb unveiled its breathtaking initial photographs in mid-July. The infrared telescope will let us to observe nearly every aspect of our universe in greater detail, even the most distant galaxies, providing us with a glimpse into the past. What's more, the telescope can collect enough light from astronomical objects ranging from newborn stars to exoplanets to reveal what they're made of and how they're moving through space. This data has already begun to reveal the atmospheric composition of planets, hundreds of light years from Earth in great detail, offering hints as to their ability to potentially support life as we know it. Number 2. Stars born in the pillars of creation. One of the Hubble Space Telescope's most memorable photos is the pillars of creation in the Eagle Nebula. The telescope, which detects mostly visible light, photographed the structure's magnificent clouds, but the creation taking place within them remained hidden. Webb's infrared photography has now captured it in the shape of a slew of protostars. These clumps of dust and gas, many times larger than our solar system, appear as tiny red specks against the smoky backdrop of the pillars. Number 3. Webb's first direct image of an exoplanet. The first exoplanets were discovered in the 1990s, and there are now over 3,000 confirmed worlds orbiting distant stars. Nonetheless, only about a dozen of these have been directly imaged. Most exoplanets are so far away that they can only be identified by a dip in the brightness of the star they circle, which occurs when the planet passes in front of its host star. But Webb has the ability to change that. It obtained its first direct image of an exoplanet in September. Number 4. Re-imaging the Phantom Galaxy. Though the Phantom Galaxy is difficult to spot in the night sky, its brilliance is noticeable, especially when photographed in infrared with Webb. Hubble's optical view of M74, often known as the flawless spiral galaxy, depicts the galaxy's flawless spiral structure and star distribution, with arms reaching outward from a luminous center. A recent Webb image, on the other hand, shows fiber-like structures of heat-emitting dust and gas emerging from a luminous center portrayed in vibrant electric blue. The new image will shine light on star-forming regions distributed across the spiral arms of the galaxy. The stunning composite image created by combining Hubble Space Telescope and Webb photos includes optical and infrared studies of the galaxy. Number 5. Mysterious BOXY ripples surround WOLF-RAYET star. Webb took a photograph of a faraway star known as a WOLF-RAYET star in July, which included Webb's distinctive diffraction pattern, an imaging artifact. However, a ripple-like pattern of concentric rings with a unique, slightly boxy form appears to surround the star, known as WR140. The unusual shaped rings, unlike the diffraction pattern, are actual characteristics. WOLF-RAYET stars are enormous stars towards the end of their lives, with much of their hydrogen already ejected into space. The irregularly shaped rings are the result of WR140's interaction with its tiny companion star. Number 6. Finding the most distant galaxies ever. Webb was designed to survey the most distant galaxies in the universe, and scientists confirmed this in mid-December. The telescope has officially observed the 4 most distant galaxies, which also happen to be the oldest. Webb discovered the galaxies around 13.4 billion years ago, when the universe was only 350 million years old, or approximately 2% of its present age. Scientists suspected that the 4 galaxies, like hundreds of others discovered by Webb, were extremely old. This is the redshift of galaxies, or how much the wavelengths of light they emit have lengthened as the universe has expanded. Their redshift was the highest ever measured at 13.2. Number 7. Looking at an exoplanet's atmosphere in detail. A planet circling a star in the constellation Virgo is now the most explored world beyond our solar system, according to Webb. WOSP-39b is a planet roughly 700 light-years away from Earth. It is a boiling gas giant the size of Saturn that orbits its host star at an incredibly close distance, nearly 8 times closer than Mercury is to our Sun. Scientists identified carbon dioxide in its atmosphere using Webb's main camera and 2 of its spectrographs. The first time the gas has ever been found in an exoplanet's atmosphere, despite the planet's thick atmosphere being dominated by thick clouds containing sulfur and silicates, including sulfur dioxide. Number 8. Glimpsing Titan's clouds. The moon of Saturn. Titan is an odd and fascinating environment. The moon has rock consisting of water ice, as well as liquid methane and ethane rivers, lakes, and seas. It is also the only moon in our solar system with an atmosphere, albeit a cloudy one studded with methane clouds. When Webb gathered atmospheric data from the strange moon in November, scientists caught a sight of some of those clouds. Number 9. The secrets of the Southern Ring. Nebula. The Southern Ring. Nebula was long regarded to be uninteresting by scientists. The nebula was thought to be a dying star called a white dwarf that had evacuated its outer layers, which glow brightly as the white dwarf generates waves of energy. Scientists also understood that another, non-dying star, part of a binary system, was mostly obscured beneath the highly illuminated gas. But Webb's beautiful photograph of the nebula, released alongside the nebula's first images and data, demonstrated that it wasn't that straightforward. Webb used 2 instruments to image the cloud, the near-infrared camera and the mid-infrared instrument. Number 10. Webb discovers brown dwarf with sand clouds. Although numerous telescopes have discovered exoplanets, Webb was not meant to do so, but it did discover one, and it's an unusual one. For starters, VHS 1256b isn't even a planet. It's a brown dwarf, which is larger than a planet but smaller than a star. This one emits a dim reddish glow as a result of a modified form of fusion that occurs on objects that are extremely large but too small to fuse hydrogen. Even stranger, Webb discovered sandy silicate clouds on the brown dwarf, a first for this type of object. The exoplanet is also small for a brown dwarf, implying that it is young. Webb, like WOSP-39b, was able to identify individual chemicals in the brown dwarf's unusual atmosphere, including water, methane, carbon dioxide, and potassium. The ratios of the various chemicals indicate that the object has a tumultuous environment. Number 11. A not-so-cloudless planet. NASA revealed the telescope's first spectrum of an exoplanet's atmosphere from the planet WOSP-96b as part of its initial release of images and data from Webb. Webb's spectrographs evaluated the light of the planet's star as it passed through the planet's atmosphere, resulting in a spectrum, a form of barcode of the wavelengths of light absorbed by the planet's atmosphere. On the globe, the spectrum detected hazy sky, clouds, and water vapor. This is unusual given that scientists previously believed the planet had no clouds at all. The planet's atmosphere contains a high sodium signature, which scientists thought until recently suggested it had completely clear sky. Number 12. Hidden star formation. As galaxies collide, Webb's capacity to peek through dust, revealing things hidden from visible light observatories like Hubble, is one of its assets as an infrared telescope. When Webb saw 2 galaxies merging, it discovered something Hubble had missed: an area of intensive star formation, which scientists claim is making stars 20 times faster than our own galaxy. The merging galaxies, known as IC 1623, in the new image feature an area of star creation that shines so brightly with infrared radiation that it generates Webb's classic pointed star diffraction pattern, which is generally the result of it seeing brilliant stars. The region constitutes a whole new layer of the image, concealed from Hubble by a thick coating of dust.